Welcome, everybody, to an all new episode of GVN Talk. This is a show where we take a bunch of different topics and we break them down the best that we can. And this week, we have so much to discuss. But first, we have to start off with possibly one of the greatest jaw dropping shows in modern day history, and it is right there. I would have had the blood splatter across the screen, 15 bodies fly, just to be accurate to what that show is. Me and Dom have been able to do, sorry, I just almost lied there. I've been piggybacking off Dom, but Dom has had screeners for this show, and he's been reviewing it with Amazon. We had our little press junket, got a chance to talk to Robert Kirkman, got a chance to look at Zazie Beetz, didn't get a chance to talk to her, but I saw her. I was in the same room as her. This is, I said it before, this is the greatest voice cast assembled to date. And that's not even, to me, that's not even up for debate. I've not seen a better voice cast top to bottom. Shit, I still can't believe Homeboy is Walton Goggins. Every time he talks, I'm just like, that's not Walton Goggins. I've heard Walton Goggins speak. That's not him. Hell, they got Mark Hamill to to be a guy that just makes suits, and it's just like it's so powerful. This last episode where he's kind of drinking, and it's like, damn, I lost my boy. Like my boy went out like that. So Robert Kirkman did an amazing job on this show. But Dom, I'm gonna start with you, man. Your overall thoughts on this season one. We did get news, by the way, that we are getting 2 more seasons. I do believe next season they'll announce that there's 3 more seasons.
You're
right. But your thoughts on this overall season of Invincible?
First, I want to say that after reading some of like The Walking Dead and watching The Walking Dead, and now seeing Invincible, I believe that me and Robert Kirkman will be very good friends because
I agree.
The kind of carnage that he brings to us is kind of the way my brain works when I write things down and think about things like, it sounds crazy when I say it to people, but then when you see it on screen, you're like, oh, that's so good. I'm like, but that was crazy though. All right, cool. But no, Invincible, man. I didn't know anything about the comic whatsoever. Hadn't heard of it, and then now it's something that like it's on my top shows. Like it's, and I usually don't get super heavy into animated things that much, but this one I was like chomping at the bit every week. Like, okay, when's it coming out? All right, it's Wednesday. They sent it. Boom. I'm finna watch it. I'm on lunch break at work. And just some of the things they were able to do, like the holding Invincible's head in front of that train or that subway coming. Jeez, that is one of the craziest things that I've ever seen. Like, and I can only imagine if I've heard talks of them trying to do a live action. I know that that's something that someone will try to create. Uh, that is crazy. But yeah, I mean the story. I mean the fact that we have this hero who's a punching bag. I mean, our main hero is he gets his ass whooped every episode. Now I know eventually he's gonna get better because he shows flashes that like he's a truth at some point. He's gonna be the truth at some point. Like you see him when he gets super angry. Nobody can stop him. I mean, except for Battle Beast, but he's different.
Or his dad.
Eddie and his dad. But just this holding his dad up on this pedestal to only like have him be like the worst thing he's ever witnessed is a crazy arc. That his dad is essentially is Superman. He's like, oh, it's my dad, and he's proud. He wants to tell everybody, but he can't. And then when he finally can kind of tell some people, it's like, oh, that's your dad. Like, yeah, and he beat the hell out of me. I mean, the characters, the characters are great. Um, J.K. Simmons, man, that especially in this finale, that was terrifying. Like the fact that he's just like pummeling him. He's like, I could make another son. What's another 17 years? I'm like, this, golly, dude. Like, yeah, it's this show's next level, man.
Yeah, I mean, we remember the even though I do believe I now forgot the character. Trying to remember. It's some character from Tekken that has hair that goes out like this with like a bald spot in the middle. He's easily one of the worst dads ever. But Omni-Man came up in this picture like, hold on, wait a minute, what? Will you beat your son's ass almost to death? No, I didn't think so. That's me. I mean,
You knew
Vader
he was
had that
bad
title
when you
for
saw
longest.
You knew he was bad when he had the cop
Yes.
mustache, and I was like, he's a bad guy.
Yeah, only two kinds of people have that mustache: porn stars or villains, and it's like clearly going to be one of them. But no, I mean this show started insane from the jump. I mean, again, this is spoiler alert for anyone that's watches and listens to this. The first episode where he kills all the heroes, and you just go, oh my, whoa, what? Like, hold on, oh no, what am I watching here? And I also have never heard of Invincible, but I told you I like that. I like when I go into projects that I don't have anything to base off of because I don't set expectations. So it's why I didn't want to go and read the comic books till way after. Like, I want to get a few seasons in, let the show establish a world instead of the comic book. So I'm watching this, and I mean, they didn't hold back, man. They really didn't hold back on anything. It's why I don't think they'll be able to do it as severely in a live action. It won't, because live action it would look too real, and that would just really gross out too many people. Which, by the way, shout out to Boss Logic. He's pitching Henry Cavill as Omni-Man, and I originally wanted John Hamm. I was telling Shekinah I originally wanted John Hamm, but when you see the artwork of Henry with that stash, it's like, yeah. Especially when you look at Omni-Man's body, it's just like there's not many people that can do this. It's like it probably.
When you saw him doing the while he's watching him play baseball, you see him cross his arms. You're like, oh,
yeah. It was just like, yeah, that's Henry Cavill. There's only one man really that could pull off that mustache and just stand there with all that muscle.
Right.
I also do find it hilarious that like no one ever goes muscles and mustache. Where have I seen that before? Oh shit, Omni-Man. Are you Omni-Man? Like no one ever just walks around that buff. Come on.
The thing with Eve, they're like, oh, you're duplicate. She's like, no, I'm Adam Eve. Oh yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, I get it. I knew you were somebody. It was something. But no, I love this show, and I think out of this last episode, there were two scenes that really spoke to me. The first one was, it really spoke to me for a sinister reason, is when he's pummeling Invincible in the face. You see the teeth missing. He has the flashback of the baseball game. And then he snaps back into it, and he's just like, I want to kill you so bad, but I can't because I love you. You're so lucky. And then he just flies off. Now, what spoke to me was the visual of the blood burning off the suit as he's flying at top speed is one of the greatest cartoon visuals ever. I didn't even know that was possible. So it's like just shredding off the suit, and he's just clean. And I'm like, I didn't even know that was possible. I've never seen that before. And the other scene that really spoke to me was at the end when he's talking to Seth Rogen's alien character, which, by the way, Seth Rogen has the greatest executive producer history known to man. Preacher, The Boys, now Invincible, and then not to mention all the movies he's ever made. Yeah, he's Seth Rogen is on a whole nother level, man. But the other visuals when he's talking to him and he's like, well, what are you gonna do now, kid? And then it shows all the crazy shit happening around him that he has no idea about. And then he's just like, I don't know, I think I'll probably just, finish high school. And he's like, what's a high school? And I just loved it because it's showing that he still doesn't really truly get that to be a hero, what you really want to do can't matter. It's what you have to do. So I mean, I can't wait to see how insane. And then, obviously with the video that released yesterday of what's his name and Kirkman announcing that they're getting more seasons, he's like, are we gonna get even crazier? And I'm like, even crazier? I'm like, I watched two of the most probably gut-wrenching scenes ever. The first one had to be when he lost, I won't get into detail for you, Ash, but when he lost that old lady, that broke my heart. And then this episode where he's like, "Don't worry, I got you." And then like he goes to like pull her out of the rubble, and it's just the arm. It's just like, oh no, oh my god.
Yeah, it's weird that like Robert Kirkman just seems to like enjoy beating Steven Yeun for some reason.
Yes.
He got his head back in Walking Dead, and now he gets pummeled every episode on Invincible.
100%. It was just like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen a hero get dog walked as much as he got dog walked. And it was just like, all right, who am I rooting for here? Like, I don't want to keep rooting for the guy that keeps getting beat up. Like, he got to be able to do something at some point. But no, this was, yeah, man, Omni-Man. And I even loved how he was just like, no, I don't really love your mom. She's like a, what's the word? Pet. She's like a pet.
Oh, no.
Like, oh, what the fuck you talking about? My mom? Like, that's when it was just like, yo, he about to give him the hand. And Omni-Man was just like, nah. I was like, God damn. Okay. Shekinah, I'm gonna go to you. I know Ash was saying it was difficult to get through that first episode. How many moments of this season were you just like, I don't even know if I can hit play on this one? Like, this is too much.
I like gore. I like blood. I like gore. Give me all of it. I want it all. So
okay.
So it wasn't that like, obviously some of it was like, I didn't know what to expect. Obviously I never read the comics, so I had no clue. So it was a shock. Like every episode there was some kind of like extreme thing. I can't really describe it. Like, I'm in a group chat with my friends and literally every week we scream at each other, like, what on earth are we watching? It's so good. Like, it doesn't make sense how good it is. Like, I've enjoyed it the whole way from start to finish. So I'm excited for the next 2 seasons.
Yeah, I like that you say that, because it's to me, it's the unexpected. It's like when you see the end of the first episode and you just go, no way you're able to do that in the show. And that was the first thing I asked Robert Kirkman. I'm like, the studio didn't push back on any of this? And he's like, no. I'm like, no, Robert, really?
Amazon is good for that, though. Amazon is good for that.
No, yeah. I get you, AJ, and we know this because of The Boys, but to see him grab a dude's face and just squeeze as hard as he could, it was just like, someone in that studio room had to go, hey.
The thing is, you can get away a lot more with animation than you can with live action.
For sure. It's why I don't think this will translate well.
Yeah, that's why I was like, does it really need a live action adaptation?
It doesn't. And to me, I think what takes away some of these deaths is in live action, they'll do the age-old trick of just panning away.
Yeah.
If he's holding them in the air, they'll go a little higher so you hear it but don't see it. And it's like, what makes Invincible so good is the idea of, like, to some people who aren't ready for it, it's a hard time holding your luncheon. You know what I'm saying? Like, it goes there. So I mean, just to see how he just takes a swipe at Homeboy's head. First of all, let me just say this, Invincible. I won't say you racist, but I will say the only black dude out of that that fake Justice League, you ain't had to turn his neck all the way around like you did. Like, that was just like, no, I'm sorry. The black dude, he was using like,
he just
matching his
poke on him.
I was just like, nah, man, come on. His family can't even recognize him at his funeral? For real? That's how we doing? All right, okay, Omni-Man. A little racist, whatever. Ash, I'm gonna go to you. I feel like,
why are you going to me? I haven't even gotten past the first episode.
Because I want to go to you because my question to you is, did the story at all catch you?
I love the story.
What said, I'm gonna exit.
It's the violence.
Okay.
It's the violence. No, it doesn't matter what animation show it is. Violence I'm like out the door. And this one, I'm gonna like have to go back and like just, watch it with my laptop closed. But no, I love the story. Omni-Man is a dick. He is the worst father in the universe. Like, I just need for him to get his ass kicked and really like put his head in that train. Like put his head in the train. Like do that to him. But I actually want to see more of how Mark deals with the aftermath of all of that. Cause like that is traumatizing. Like he did like put his father up on that pedestal and like I think what was it? Was looking and was like, I think the line that he was like, oh, like after 500 years, like he'll still like have his dad, right? To like know that even after all of that, like he still loves him that much, like that is going to have some repercussions. So like I want to see that in season 2. So like that's what's going to get me to like go in and get past the violence. But it is a really freaking good show, and I haven't watched like an animation like that at all. So yeah.
I've never squeamed. I mean, I sit through Saw and I'm kind of just like, okay. But watching this was just like, no, I don't. Oof, this is tough. This is a lot. AJ, I'm gonna go to you. Me and Shekinah talked about this, and we got a good laugh out of this. I always say I already don't understand women sometimes, but Amber really reinforced that. To tell Mark, I knew you was a hero, but like I didn't like that you decided to save the world instead of giving people soup at the soup kitchen. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and break up with you. And Mark was just like, what? You're telling me you were upset I didn't save people because you wanted me to come help people. Isn't that the same thing? Well, I don't really understand. You try.
She wasn't upset because of that. She understood why. It's because he just plain old lied for weeks on end.
So you're telling me
this is what I hate. This is the trope that I hate. And
thank you. I think you might say what I want to say.
The lie trope with superhero movies is overdone. They just need to get rid of that in general because it's the stupidest thing ever.
Well, to me, if you get rid of it, you have to go the full way, because you can't get rid of it and then tell me no villains ever just drop by your house and go, here's your mom, I'll kill her, and then it's like I killed her. Like you have to go the full way. The idea of that trope is because we know from AJ reading Civil War, right after Spider-Man took that mask off, the Sinister Six was ringing doorbells like, yo, is Aunt May home? Oh, she is. All right, yeah, let's go to Peter's house real quick. So it's the idea of like when you remove that, you have to go all the way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
you're not telling the whole world. You're telling that one specific person that you trust with everything. So not everybody will know. It's not like in Civil War where Peter unveiled himself to the public. It was just to that one person. With
as the season ended, it did start to turn into the Flash on CW, where it was just like, oh no, I know
this is the main reason why I gave up the CW stuff, because every single thing, lie after lie after, and it's the same lie every season.
No, I gave up on it to a degree because to me, once more than one person knows who you are, you don't have a secret identity. It doesn't matter that the world doesn't know who you are. More than one person knows. That's a problem. Batman, if I ever see anything Batman where he comes into the cave and like 4 people that aren't in the Bat family are just like, hey, Bruce, I will riot. That should never be the case. What? You know who I am. What? No, that's his whole thing, is that you don't know who he is. You should. Super obvious, but no one ever does. So to me, when Amber was kind of just like, no, I know that you save people for a living, but I'm still upset you didn't give me me time. It's like, what? Did you hear
I think if Mark told her, without her trying to figure it out, she would have reacted differently from what she's doing now. But so
I don't understand. How do you not get that I only didn't tell you because if the day came that someone's just like, oh, I know who Invincible is. It puts you all in danger.
It's because she felt like he didn't trust her enough for that secret identity. It was the trust thing that she was mad at, not him being a superhero.
I think that she should have realized a little bit. Clearly, she's the most mature person on that show.
100%.
Right?
We're supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, and Mark is arguably the most immature. She can't expect dude to make the right decision because he didn't even know how to talk to her. he has no game. He had no kind of wherewithal about anything. And plus, in high school, I mean, if I'm in high school and I'm selling drugs, I ain't telling nobody. You know what I mean? Like
selling drugs. Wait, what?
no, I'm equivalent a real life like thing that you do that you don't want anybody to know about.
I got you. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like superheroes to drugs. Okay.
Dom had a flashback. That's why I said that.
Oh
You don't want to
no.
tell nobody, you know. So I mean, I get what you're saying though, because I mean, if you're an adult, and especially like let's say say Superman, you can live wherever you want to go, wherever you want to live, because you can fly, speed of sound, boom, you're gone. You can take whoever you want to with you. But like Mark doesn't know how to be because he's a kid, and he's like, I don't know how I can.
I will argue that Mark isn't really immature. I just think that he's new to this whole thing because his powers came in late. I wouldn't say that he's like immature.
Immature always doesn't mean a negative. Immature could just mean the mentality. The mentality is just a little immature. You're not like, oh, girls, cooties. Not even like that. Just more so, just like you're not as far along as you should be at this point. And that's sometimes what immature could mean. But to me, I kind of just looked at it to where I was just like, I don't know, man. It was just the idea of, we also have to remember, Mark didn't tell her because his dad told him not to. Remember when Amber was upstairs and he was just like Mark, you're in costume. He was just like, ah, shit, that's right. Like Mark was fine going up there and just going, hey, I'm invincible. Like, you probably don't believe me. I'll fly you to Africa real quick, and, fly you back. But yeah, I know I didn't have to say Africa. I don't know. It was the only place I could think of. I'm sorry. But no, he wanted to tell her, and his dad in that moment was just like, hey, you have to make a decision. Do you want to be a hero or do you want to be a regular kid? So it was at that moment, I think Mark really was just like, I can't tell her. I really can't. But yeah, I did show Shekinah the video. I'll send to the rest of you of Long Beach Griffey. Shout out to Long Beach Griffey. Just completely breaking down between Invincible and Amber so accurately. Like, yo, I brought you a space rock from Mars. Do you know none of your friends can say that? Not one of them can say they got a space rock from Mars.
To be honest, I'm happy. I'm happy Amber broke up with Mark because he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to have a relationship and become a superhero at the same time.
Well, she comes back. She came back.
I didn't like that. I didn't like
at the end.
Yeah,
but she felt bad. That was a pity. That was a pity.
Bad.
Get out.
Time out. This is what I'm saying. This is why it leads to AJ's point. When you've never dated of that caliber, that's all you want now. But if he was used to the dating world, there is no way I'm taking her back just because she saw me get my face bashed in. Absolutely not. No, 100% not. No. I told you almost died before.
That's you.
No.
Hey, I think another thing that we don't think about when it comes to like revealing your secret identity is that we all know in real life, if you have a truck and your friends know you have a truck, what are you doing? Helping everybody move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're a strong guy, hey, pick this up. Hey, can you help me do this? Can you know what I mean? So I think if you tell everybody, even if the ones that you trust, it turns into, hey, I have this problem. Can you fix it? Can you do it? It's like, I am not like, rent a person. I am doing my own things. I have something to do. So maybe that's something that, it's not mentioned, but just to think about that there's other intangibles that come along with telling people your personal business.
Most importantly, Dom, what is the first thing his friend did when he saw what's her name? Eve, right? Where he spills the beans and then goes, oh my God. And she's like, wait, you knew? And he's like, oh my God, thank God. I thought I revealed it. It's like, dog, you can't be doing that. Like, what do you mean you thought you revealed it?
They all have that one best friend that does that. Even Spider-Man does.
But that's why I'm saying. That's why you can't be telling nobody nothing. Because you got that one friend drunk in the club like, yo, you gonna push me?
But at that point, you should know. You should know that one specific friend you shouldn't tell. At that point, you should already know. That one specific person that talks a lot, I ain't telling him or her.
Yeah,
but with not Eve, Amber, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that he can trust her, but still doesn't react to that, and that's the thing that she's most disappointed in. Not the fact that
it's also just like, it's not the easiest thing to just reveal to somebody. Like, it's not as cool as we think it is. So we're just like, yo, mom, guess what? I can fly. Like, no, sometimes it's really hard when it's like, yo, I almost died yesterday.
They've been dating for a while at that point. They've been dating for a while at that point.
It's still not like, we're not talking about he has a secret kid, AJ. Like, that's different. The fact that I can fly around the world.
That's equally important. That's equally important.
I would not say that's equally important. I've been dating you for 8 months and you're like, hey, here's my 13-year-old son. Whoa, what? Where did he come from? It's like, oops, sorry. That's different than, hey, I could probably outlive you if I wanted to. And it's like, huh? Like, that's a weird conversation to have. But no, to me, I don't know. I did not like how she just dropped back in the picture and it was just like, so are we dating again? And it's like, hell no.
Did she I gotta rewatch the episode, but did she really say that, or did she just say, do you need someone to talk to?
No, she showed up.
She did. Okay, I do remember.
Showed up,
okay,
and her exact words were, are we together? And then he was just like, I don't know, are we? And she's like, yeah, if you want to. If I want to, what? I never wanted to break up. What you talking about if I want to? Man, first thing I would have done if I was Mark was go, yo, Eve, you still single, right? All right, bet. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Amber. No, you can go ahead. You can go ahead. But no, I did love this show. I also did mention this when Ben's Batman first came out. A lot of people were fan casting Stephen Yen as Dick Grayson. So I do find it hilarious that he is now playing a character named Grayson. I do find that to be hilarious. I did love that movement though, of everyone wanting Dick Grayson to be Asian. I did have the one person that was just like, yeah, and then like his name could be Grayson, and I was just like, no, dog.
What?
No,
what?
Please.
Yeah.
So we have Terry McGinnis. What?
No, I would have liked him to be Dick Grayson. I don't need him to be Dick Grayson. No, that's really racist. No, I don't need you to do that.
Wait, what did they changed Dick's name to something else? I can't remember what the name was though, but they changed it at a specific point in time. I gotta look it up. But they changed his name to something else in the comics, and then they put it back as Dick like a year or two later.
I don't know. I do know that Marvel was just like, yeah, there's no way we're gonna call our character Dick. So it was immediately Richard Rider. Like they immediately was just like, no, it's Richard Rider. We will not be calling him Dick up in Marvel. But AJ, really quick to end this out on this topic, man. Your thoughts on this this first season of Invincible?
Yeah, I loved it. The action was great. The blood, gore. I'm used to all that with animation anyway, so it wasn't that special to me. But the thing that worked best for me was the story and the characters' relationships with each other. I just really love how they all interacted. The voice cast, you already mentioned this, the voice cast was amazing. So yeah, I really love this show and I can't wait for season 2 and season 3. And I'm like you, I didn't read the comics. I chose not to read the comics. I have it, but I'm going to save it until like the end of season 3 or whenever it ends, because I don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah, when I'm far enough along.
Yeah.
Because to me, I already think this is a masterpiece. Like, I don't want to read the comics and go, oh, you didn't do that. Why didn't you do? No, I'd rather get as far as long as possible and then just go.
Well, right now I'm hearing that it's what is it? It's basically what's happening in the comics. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, that's what Robert was
saying. Better artwork and stuff like that.
Yeah, Robert was saying he was trying to stick as close to the comic books as possible. Like he wasn't really veering all that often. So I'm like, yeah, no, do what you do, Robert. It's gold, you know. Hell, Walking Dead gave us one of the most gruesome scenes with seeing Steven's head get bashed in, and then now Invincible has easily the best gore in any animation I've ever seen. So I'm like, Robert Kirkman, he knows how to bring the gore for sure. That is never to be argued. All right, let's move on. I want to get into this. When Shekinah put this up here, I thought Shekinah meant discussing the latest casting of Green Lantern. But when she was just like, oh, no, no, no. I mean, fan cast the Green Lantern series. I was just like, okay. She has no idea how much I do this on a regular basis. This will be nothing for me. So I will go first, so I don't put anybody on the spot. I will go first. I'm gonna name the characters and who they're playing. I have a few here. So I have my Hal Jordan is going to be an old veteran, not old, but a veteran in John Hamm. John Hamm is my Hal Jordan.
But we're getting Alan Scott.
Huh?
We're getting Alan Scott. Are we going by just your own idea of the show, or
I apologize? You were basing it Shekinah off the show that's coming.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Yeah.
Tremendously. Okay. All right. So mine just won't be that. I'm sorry, everybody. I thought you were saying we were creating a Green Lantern series. Because there is no Green Lantern series that doesn't have Hal Jordan. So that's why I didn't.
Also, is Guy Gardner off the table now since he's already been casted?
No, because it's a fan cast, so it's whoever you want. It's whoever you want. I say whoever you want. So I'm gonna just read what I had. It clearly does not line up with what should have been, but I do apologize. So John Hamm was my Hal Jordan. John Boyega was my John Stewart. Guy Gardner was Chris Pratt. Kilowog was voiced by Vin Rames. I see the look, Ash. Chris Pratt, to me, if you know Guy Gardner, he's the ultimate a-hole. And I feel like Chris Pratt can be the ultimate a-hole with ease. It's literally just a better Star Killer. It's a better version of what he's already in the MCU. Let me see. Oh, so Kilowog is voiced by Vin Rames. They could do either the mocap or have someone else do the mocap, and he's just the voice. My Sinestro has been my Sinestro for years. It's never changed, and it never will. It's always Luke Evans. It will never not be Luke Evans.
That was mine.
Yeah, it will never not be Luke Evans. His face is just like, I could see that pencil mustache. I can see it, and
I was going to choose that one, and I was like, someone's going to pick that one, so
I picked him. I picked him.
Yeah, it honestly, it's the best guy for the job. I've not seen one other person that I've ever looked at and gone, nah, you can nail this 100%. My Ganthet, because I did cast him, not the rest of the Guardians, just him, is Bryan Cranston. I like once he was Zordon, I was just like, Bryan Cranston could really do a really good, very big head, almost nobody. And I do like that commanding voice from a Guardian, and I think Bryan Cranston could easily pull that off. Now, this one, I went out to be very different. My Abin Sur is Hiroki Sanada, who was just Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. I wanted somebody that was commanding, and I also wanted to give us a little bit of Abin Sur before, obviously, he passes on to Hal Jordan. So I wanted someone who could command it, and I'm like, he would be awesome, like really, really, really good. My last three are Tomar Ray is Zachary Quinto. Zachary would just beautiful Abin Sur. And one of my favorite lanterns is Saint Walker. So Saint Walker will always have to be in a Green Lantern movie for me in one moment or another. And I would have Johnny Lee Miller. Anyone who watches Elementary, I would have him as my Saint Walker. And last but not least, this one I was split on. My Atrocitus, because Atrocitus needs to be in a Green Lantern movie, would either be Idris Elba or Andre Braugher. And if it was Andre Braugher, I would have him do mocap. Because if anyone's seen Batman, Superman, Apocalypse, he voiced Darkseid. And I don't know about you, but from the moment he first spoke, I was just like, ooh, chills. I like it. So he would be my Atrocitus. Idris Elba, I would only say because he could literally do both. He could literally physically play Atrocitus and do the voice. But Andre Braugher has that deepness in his voice that I think would be a little bit more scary. So that would be my Green Lantern fan cast. I've horribly done wrong. Again, I am sorry. So I'll allow Shekinah to lead the way of how it was supposed to be done. So go ahead and give us your fan cast for the Green Lantern series.
Okay, so for Jessica Cruz, I picked Ana de Armas. Is that how you say her name? Is that how you say her name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you nailed
it. Yep. For Guy Gardner, this is the thing. I picked Will Poulter. He doesn't have the physique or anything, but I feel like he could tap into the asshole role. I feel like he could. I think he could. Sinestro was Luke Evans. Alan Scott. I picked Chad Michael Murray. I don't know why. I don't know why. I thought of it and I just said, okay, Chad Michael Murray. I didn't look. I was just led there. I was led there. I don't know why, but that's where I went. That's where I went.
Wow.
For Simon Baz, I picked this British actor. I don't know if you guys know him. His name's Fadi El Sayed. He was in like a Doctor Who spin-off a couple of years ago. He's kind of unknown, but I picked him. And I think for Kilowog, I picked Michael Clark Duncan. He has the bass. Well, he had the bass in his voice, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? Is that everyone?
I think that's everyone.
Wait, I missed someone. Did I? Okay, I think I got everyone. Yeah.
By the way, I laughed, but that Chad Michael Murray pick might be a gem. That might be a hidden gem. He already has the hair for Alan Scott, so I'm like, it wouldn't be that bad. I don't know. I've never really thought of Alan Scott being casted young. I think that's what really threw me off when you said Chad Michael Murray. I'm always like,
but he's not that. He's not young anymore. He's like
no. It's
getting up there.
You know what it is? I always equate young to the face. It's the face that looks young. No, yeah. I mean, you cover his eyes. That's Alan Scott. I mean, I can't really deny it. Yeah. Okay. No, I take it back. I take all that laughing back. I see it. I see it now. And now I'm typing in Alan Scott's Green Lantern. Yeah. I mean, yes, Alan Scott here does look a lot older. But no, I get you. I'm going to put it in the group chat because that actually was spot on. They look exactly alike, to be completely honest. I'm going to put it side by side.
I had the vision and I had to say it.
Hey, look, and as far as Will Poulter, I never really kind of concerned myself about the physique, mainly because we've just, like, I don't think anyone that saw Chris Evans in Fantastic Four thought he would look the way he looks as Captain America. So it's all about the dedication to your body. I mean, hell, Christian Bale and Russell Crowe are just like, oh, you want me to eat? Oh, you want me not to eat? All right, I'll do it. So I'm like, it's all about the dedication to it. So he 100% could do it. I just put the photo in the group chat. Looks spot on to me. I have no issues.
I see it.
Yeah, right? You can see it now when you see it, like, right.
That's why I said it, because I saw it.
Yeah, I can't even slight you. I like it. I like it. And once you said Anna, that's when you had me and AJ. It was just like that was all you needed. That's all we need in the show. But no, she needs to be a superhero, and I can't wait to see who that superhero. Me and AJ flirted with the idea of Zatanna. Would not be something I would hate. But she needs to be casted in something like ASAPs. Ash, I'm gonna go over to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very short because I've actually never done a fan cast before. Like,
really?
At all. So like I had a lot of trouble. So I just did who I thought of. So I only have like 3.
Okay. You got.
And my first one was the one that I immediately thought of, Diane Guerrero for Jessica.
Yep.
And then I have always wanted to see John Boyega as John Stewart. Like I just like one of my Green Lanterns. He's just who I want to see. And in the end, that's all I had.
I like it. I mainly wanted John Boyega as my John Stewart. I know a lot of people want that big, strong, strapping general kind of John Stewart. I like the protege. I like Hal Jordan to be the grizzled vet and John Stewart to be the new guy on the block. I like that, and that's why I like him so young. Because you know, if you go where Hal and John are like the same age, it's like you just miss out on so much. Yeah, you miss out on so much adventure between the two. It's like I told you guys, why don't ever give me a Batman that's already about to retire. Like, what? All the rich history is behind him. So to me, it's like young John Stewart, grizzled veteran, and that way you can say Hal Jordan's job is all of outer space, and John only focuses on Earth, and then you see the crossover. So to me, I like, and Diane, I believe, is lobbying to be that character. She really wants it.
She should be. She should be. And
I think in Justice League in the 5 or whatever that was.
Yep, exactly. She Justice League versus Fatal 5. Yep, she was her. Yep. So even better.
I like it. And Ash, we're gonna get you more into Fancast. It is addicting. It is so much fun. Because it's the idea of purely just throwing out what the norm is and going who I think, best fits whatever. So what we'll do, Ash? We'll work on it in Star Wars. That's what we'll do. We'll start fan casting in the world of Star Wars. That's how you get Ash interested.
That's dangerous. That is so dangerous. That is dangerous. But let's do it.
That's why we got to do it. That's why we got to do it, because it's dangerous. AJ and Dom, you guys are scaring me. I don't know if you are both investigating or because you both had that serious look. Like,
look.
Like you're cracking.
I already had my list ready to go. I only chose like 3 or 4. And then I was like, fuck this. I need to go all out since you went all out. So I'm picking more now. So I'm going to be last. Dom, you got this.
I'm in that weird limbo realm, kind of where Ash is, only because, to the extent that I'm not super familiar with Green Lantern itself, so I can't properly cast anybody. So who is the main Green Lantern in this one? Is it Alan?
Yeah, I would say Alan's probably your more experienced Lantern out of everybody.
So how old is he supposed to be?
I always say, Dom,
supposed to be in like in his 60s.
Right.
Alan Scott, yeah, he's supposed to be.
Yeah,
he's gonna be the oldest Lantern that's human.
Okay.
Right. Remember, Shekinah. This show takes place now, so it's the idea of him being the veteran overseeing the new.
Okay. But they can do flashbacks. We can see.
No.
Give us Chad Michael Murray. Come on.
I told you, I'm fine with Chad Michael Murray. Well, also, also, if he's supposed to be around his 60s, Chad Michael Murray is only 40. So I'm like, it's not that much of a stretch to just put like the old people accents in his forehead and whatnot. So I'm like, that's completely fine. I wasn't saying it to change that. That can completely stay. I'm just saying, as far as a character, he's supposed to be the grizzled veteran of the Lanterns, overseeing these new young corps. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dom.
No, I was trying to think of who I'd want to see in that role. And there's a guy, I can't think of his name, but everything he's in, he's a bad guy, but he's such a good actor that I don't know. He's such a good actor as these bad roles that if he ever played a good guy, you would just think that he's up to something. So I don't know. I really don't have anybody that I can think of off the top of my head.
You want me to go first? That way you can have a little bit more time.
Yeah, you do that.
Dom's like, great job.
All right. So I'll start with Guy Gardner. I'm gonna choose Dominic Cooper. That was in Preacher. I think he'll make a good Guy Gardner.
Wait.
Alan Scott.
Hold on.
Really?
Dominic, so you're throwing out the orange hair.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
That's iconic.
As an original Tony Stark's dad. Original.
Yeah.
But
I'm throwing out the most iconic look of Guy Gardner and not having the orange.
Look. If you look at him in I can guarantee you he can pull off orange hair. I'll guarantee.
So you're giving him the orange.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's always weird because it's like if you wanted to change the ethnicity of Dick Grayson, it's completely cool because the look doesn't have to drastically change, right? It's the short hair. He has when they say Captain America had America's ass, Dick Grayson was the first one to have America's
Thank you.
in the comic books.
And he still has it.
And he still has 100%. But with Guy Gardner, I don't know. It's like I never pictured him not white. Like now you're just like, well, Dominic Cooper is he white? I don't think
white.
He's
Dominic
white.
Cooper-
He's white.
He's white.
He's white. He's white. He's white.
He's white 100%.
Yeah.
He's white skinned. That helps.
English all the way.
Yep. Yeah.
White.
What? The fuck about who gives a fuck about his ethnicity? He's white.
Because I'm
He's
like,
white-skinned.
you're not gonna cast a black dude as Guy Gardner with orange hair. That I don't think that's ever happened in the history of the evolution of black people. Where you're born with orange hair. I've never seen that. But I'm sorry, AJ. You called me off guard with that. Continue.
That makes me happy that I caught you off guard on that one. All right, Alan Scott. I'm gonna choose Alec Baldwin for my Alan Scott.
Oh.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I love Alec Baldwin, so that's my pick. Jessica Cruz. I don't know about Jessica Cruz.
Go with your girl, bro.
I have multiple. Okay, I'm gonna choose her name is I can't pronounce her name, but it's like Horizon F Guard. I can't pronounce her last name, but she did she played in American Gods as Ushun.
Was she in the Get Down?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yo, she kind of gave you the
Sorry.
Like what?
Sorry.
Ew.
Sorry.
Wait.
I'm just sorry. I don't know. I just don't know.
That is, ow. That's hard.
I'm
So
loving
imagine-
that. I'm making you guys think
all
right
the
now. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I can't see it.
I'm feeling all the judgment here, AJ.
I'm loving the judgment. I'm loving it.
No, I'm not judging. No, I'm not judging. It's just I would never have like picked her out like in a million years.
Yeah.
Those are the best castings, though. The ones that you do not expect.
Wait, hold on. I love how Ash is like, no disrespect with the highest form of disrespect. What?
Hey,
Okay.
It's
okay.
it's the castings that you least expect that's going to do good. Look at Robert Pattinson as Batman. Nobody expected Robert Pattinson as Batman. He's going to be one of the best.
Sleeping on him as an actor.
Huh?
No, but to
True.
be
People
fair,
have been
he also
sleeping on
doesn't
him.
really have the physique you would expect from Batman. He kind of seems a little frail. But to see how much he bulked up for the role is just like
Once again, you have many other actors that people wouldn't expect to be casted as a superhero, from Wolverine.
I mean,
Like I
she
said,
kind of
Batman.
just gave us Will Poulter. I never expected that, but I'm
And
like,
Chad Michael Murray.
and
So-
Chad Curry. I'm like, but I see it. I do see it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, AJ.
Kilowog. I'm choosing David Harbour for Kilowog. Sinestro. I'm doing Hugo Weaving. John Stewart. I'm doing Ricky Whittle. Yeah, Whittle.
Mm-hmm.
And Hal Jordan, I'm doing Eldon Eric, the one that played Han Solo in Solo.
You're making him young?
Yeah, I'm making him young.
You're making John Stewart older than him.
Huh?
Isn't Ricky Whittle older than
Yeah,
him?
why is it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me.
I don't mind. I don't mind Hal coming in as like the scruffy young guy and like John is like the veteran. I don't mind that.
I don't know.
Look, Juwaan is on the
I don't know.
He's on that. He doesn't like the past to change type of guy.
I do not. No. Look, to be fair, yes, that is me. But to be more fair, I don't like it because we haven't seen it done the right way yet. If it was
So
done,
that doesn't mean it won't be done the right way this time.
well, if you're making John Stewart older than Hal Jordan, that's 100% backwards.
But you still might like it. It doesn't matter if it's backwards from the comic or animated.
Hey, I enjoyed both seasons of Disney Plus shows, but I hate it also. So yeah, it'll be the same thing. I'll hate it. I'll hate watch it for sure. I love to hate watch. Oh man, that's a bad.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
I'll hate watch with the best of them. But okay, no, that's solid casting. That is definitely solid casting. I'm watching the trailer now, AJ. I saw the movie. Me and you are gonna have to do Without Remorse.
Without Remorse?
Yeah. We're gonna have to talk that for sure.
Yes. So
but no, I like the casting. I like Shekinah's, I like Ash. Dom, you need more.
Wait, I'm not done yet.
You're not done? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying that was the last one. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Simon Baz. I'm doing Haas Slyman. He's relatively new to me. He's going to be in Eternals, so that I feel like
for him I went Riz Ahmed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, yeah. I'm gonna change it to Riz Ahmed. Yeah, I like that.
You're gonna take mine.
I didn't think about Riz Ahmed. Yeah, I like that. I'm taking it.
AJ is 100 kid on the playground with a toy and then sees you having fun, minding your business, and just
I need it. Give it to me right now.
Give me your
exactly.
But go ahead, AJ.
Okay. Lars Flees. I'm doing Andy Serkis as Lars Flees, the Orange Lantern.
Yep.
Atrocitus.
I love that you brought him in.
Huh?
I love that you brought him in because people always forget about him.
Very easy to
Which is a shame. He's not really in a lot of comics.
Yeah, I know.
Very easy to forget about.
Very easy.
Atrocitus, I'm doing Chiwetel Ejiofor. And then Belize, I'm doing Aubrey Plaza.
I don't like that you don't have Saint Walker in here. I really don't. I find it to be disrespect.
Look, I only had very little time to bring these out. I can't think of every single lantern in 10 minutes. Or maybe I could, but like 5 minutes.
We gave you time. We gave you time.
We gave you time. We did.
Look, Ash had 3 picks here.
Excuse me, I'm not used to this. I've never done this before.
I love how AJ was just like, bus coming? Let me throw right underneath it. No, I really do love Saint Walker. I really do. He is that piece to everything war, and I love it. I love how he just comes in and goes, let's just relax and love each other. And like Hal's always just like, dog, we are dying out here. What is you talking right now? So I'm like, I need my Saint Walker for sure.
Oh, Far Sector too. I forgot about Far Sector.
God, how many people are you adding?
But you've gone over the
top. I'm just saying that's who else I forgot.
Goodness. AJ would literally have 476
Yo, look, this is what I'm wishing. This is why I'm scared of the Green Lantern show. I am hoping that it's more like Game of Thrones when it comes to like different factions. That's what I want. I want a whole world building atmosphere like Game of Thrones within.
I don't know how to feel. HBO Max, as far as their Disney, their DC shows. Sorry, we have not seen a big budget yet. You know, at least with the Disney.
That's why I'm scared. That's why I'm scared.
And also the people.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, and I was also going to say, also the people that are like really like for running the show are people that have done the CW shows like Arrow and Legends and all of that. So like, I'm a little bit nervous that they're taking it over because it's like
Green Lantern is a show that I don't want you to do any practical for. I want you to CGI that shit to the death of you. I mean, everything needs to be CGI.
When you look at the Green Lantern movie, the core itself, when you look at it, it looks beautiful. The overall movie is trash, but back in, when did it come out? 2010, 2012, somewhere around there. It looked beautiful at that time. So of course, I 100% agree with you. It should be like 100% CGI for that specific part, unless they go to Earth, and then they can do some practical. But
yeah, you can do some practical, but to me, Green Lantern is very much like Transformers. I don't need you to spend all your time on Earth. All the good stuff that happens is outside of Earth.
Yeah.
So spend your time there. But yeah, I mean, I was nervous when they told me I was getting a Green Lantern show that had no Hal Jordan or John Stewart. So I'm like, wait, hold on. We haven't even experienced Hal Jordan, the original Earth Lantern, John Stewart, the second Earth Lantern, and now you're telling me I have all these other Earth Lanterns? What? So there's there's a whole rich history we have not seen, and you're now starting pretty much from the middle, close to the end of two of the best arcs. And I'm like, no. So you told Zach he couldn't use lanterns for you to give us second and third lanterns over the greatest two lanterns ever? No.
Don't make us angry again.
Yeah.
Don't make us angry again.
Please don't.
I'm sorry. It's frustrating that I'm getting these characters and not first Hal Jordan.
How do you think we feel? No, I'm not gonna rant because they gonna make me upset even more than I already am. So
I do want to ask Shekinah, your back your header is it the header? Whatever, your image on Twitter, your is the Green Lantern. Is that your favorite?
You know, I had no at the time when I put it there, I had no idea what it was. I had no clue what it was. I said, this is so pretty. This is so pretty. And I'm gonna put it there. I have no clue. I don't even know who's in the image. Let me look now because you just reminded me.
Wow.
Let me look. I love it. I said, wow, this is so pretty.
It's a beautiful image. So I'm like,
it actually is.
Green Lantern fan.
It actually is. It's so nice.
See, that's what I want. Look, if you think about it, Game of Thrones is the perfect stepping stone for Green Lantern. So many factions, so many families, so many factions within the Green Lantern lore. And then
that's why the show shouldn't be modern day. It should be a history lesson that leads you into the movies that then introduces your more modern day Hal Jordan, John Stewart. But to me, I'm always a fan of what came before. So all the wars between the Red Lanterns, the yellow, the blue, the green, I want to see
Get
that.
the Blackest Night storyline in there. That's what we need as a final. See, look, if we do a series with Green Lantern and then it progresses up to a movie of like Blackest Night, the Blackest Night storyline, that would be perfect. But I mean, they're not smart enough to think of that.
You're saying all the right things, but I just want to remind you that Flash's first movie is Flashpoint. So let's not hold up. But Dom, I'm gonna go to you. Did you have time to figure it out?
Well, so I just kind of did the Alan Scott after looking at them. The first two people popped in my head were Pierce Brosnan and Sean Bean, but since Brosnan I think he's already in something, right? About to be in
Black Adam.
Yeah. So I'll go Sean, and then if Atrocitus, the first person I thought of Atrocitus because of I feel like he wouldn't have a super lengthy dialogue, but he'd just be this giant hulking figure. Just go Nathan Jones. He was just in Mortal Kombat. He's been in Troy. He's been in WWE, so he has presence and charisma, and he's a giant. You know what I mean? He's in World's Strongest Man at one point, and you see how big he was in Mortal Kombat. So I think if you can already have somebody who's that big, that doesn't have to have like the best acting chops, go ahead and give somebody a somewhat unfamiliar face, a shot.
Yeah,
I love that.
I like it. Yeah. All right, let's move on here. Let's go into shout out to this topic. I believe Shekinah, this is your topic. Marvel Netflix versus Marvel Disney Plus. Yeah. So I assume you mean what is better? The Marvel Netflix.
Yeah, I didn't really phrase it right, did I? I meant to say like which one does everyone prefer? That's what I meant to say.
Right.
Are we choosing all of Marvel or just specifically two shows from Netflix? Sorry, Netflix.
I guess you can go by
that again.
Shows because Disney Plus only has two Marvel shows. So you can go your favorite two from Netflix versus Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision.
Okay.
So if I'm doing that, Netflix by a mile. And I don't even need a second show. Disney Plus has nothing with these two shows that's better than Daredevil. The writing is not better. The visuals is not better. The grit is not better. None of it is better. I can't even find an iconic moment in Falcon and the Winter Soldier that lines up with the, you hit them, but when I hit them, they stay down. You hit them, they get back up. When I hit them, they stay down. And that prison scene is iconic. Are you serious? Goodness gracious, that man was bloodier than Blade coming out the first 10 minutes of that first movie. I loved it. So to me, Marvel's Netflix, and if I had to pick a second show to go with Daredevil, season 1 of Jessica Jones is iconic. It really is for so many different reasons. And season 3 of Jessica Jones was so good. The way it ended, I was just like, God damn, y'all gonna end it like that? We can't get a little bit, like a half of next season? So to me, I personally go Marvel Netflix by the longest mile possible. But that will obviously drastically change once Moon Knight and Miss Marvel come. It'll be like...
I doubt that for you, at least.
Bro, have you not seen how much I've been hyping Miss Marvel and Moon Knight?
That's the reason why I doubt it, because you're hyping it up so much. Look, the way you are is you love things.
Tell me how me is.
I am. You'll be like, oh yeah, you're right. Like I just did last time. You're like, what is it? What's the word? I can't even think of the word now. Never mind. Forget it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
you. I appreciate that. That was God coming down going, nope, you're wrong.
I'm not wrong, no.
You're wrong. You're just wrong. All right, Dom, I'm gonna pass it to you. Which you going with? 2 from Netflix or 2 from Disney?
Man, it's hard. Like, so for me, I'm with you as far as like grit and action, and you get this realistic, like the one thing that always like I hated about things like X-Men when I was a kid and like Ninja Turtles is the fact that you have all these sharp weapons and powers that, oh, I stabbed you, but like it was a punch though, because we can't show blood. And then you get the Netflix series, you get what you want to see. But it also, they're very smart with the types of stories and characters that they use for the Netflix show warrant that type of action and grit. Whereas Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision doesn't necessarily warrant that same thing. Like it could, like you could add it, but it probably would take away from how it was written. So I'm gonna have to go Netflix for the simple fact of I like my stories a little darker.
I like all my stories darker. If heads ain't rolling, I ain't strolling. That's my rule. That's the words I live by. If heads ain't rolling, I ain't rolling. All right. Shekinah. Which one you going with? Disney Plus or Marvel Netflix?
I'm gonna have to go with Netflix. I'm gonna go with Netflix. I don't know, like it's Netflix, and it's just based on like my 2 shows I'm picking is Punisher and Daredevil. Like those 2, I feel like they blow the other 2 out the other Disney Plus shows out of the park. Like I don't need to explain it. Like it's just straightforward, to be honest. Like no words. Netflix over Disney Plus.
Yeah,
easy.
Only thing I can really give Disney Plus an edge over, and that's just overwhelming, is its visuals. But also, it's Netflix. Marvel is supposed to be more so grounded. So of course you had Luke Cage in the yellow shirt, Jessica Jones in her comic accurate streetwear. I don't know who the hell thought that was smart to dress Daredevil in whatever the hell that was. And then, Iron Fist never got in his costume. So I'm like, it was always meant to be street level gritty, not really bright and pretty. So I get it. But yeah, Disney Plus with that movie budget, hell yeah, they look beautiful. Yeah. Everybody looks angelic. But Marvel Netflix is just like, nah, we're all about that roughness down here. Ash, I'm gonna go to you. Which one you going with? Marvel Netflix or
Marvel Netflix? Just from what I've seen, I haven't watched all of the shows. I honestly can't even remember Jessica Jones or Daredevil because it's been so long. But I love dark gritty stories. Like that is what I like. That's why I'm like mainly a DC fan, because all of their stories are dark and gritty. And Marvel Netflix gives that to me. Like Disney, I mean, the only one I've seen on Disney is WandaVision, and like I enjoyed that, but it wasn't as dark as I wanted it to be. It could have gone a little bit darker. So for me, it's Marvel Netflix.
What do you guys mean by darker? Like the themes of it? The themes are just like the overall look of the show.
Themes, overall look, both.
And the tone.
Mm-hmm. You know I mean? As well. Tone as well.
Weight, you know.
Well, AJ, let's put it like this: when you watch WandaVision, you end that show with a smile. I don't think I've ever smiled watching Jessica Jones or Punisher. It's very much so, it tortures you. And I kind of feel like at the end of WandaVision, you were crying happy tears. Like, oh my God, it's like so awesome. Like, yay. Like, to me, I like it to be like, did everybody just die in that warehouse? Oh my God, yes. I cannot wait for more of this.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I'm referring to. I prefer it. I'm not saying what Disney Plus is doing is bad or stupid. Mm-hmm. I just prefer the more gritty. And
like the themes for WandaVision is gritty though. Like the themes themselves in WandaVision talking about loss and depression and all that, that's dark and gritty. That's what I mean by themes.
I think that's maybe sad and dark, but it's definitely not gritty.
It's not gritty. I
wouldn't say that's
gritty. Gritty is more so I put your face on the pavement and then I stomped it. That's very gritty. I don't think WandaVision ever had elements of
grittiness. Yeah,
but
no.
I'm not saying it as a knock to
I was just trying to figure out what y'all meant by dark, but okay.
Yeah, but go ahead, AJ. It's on you. Which one are you going with?
I do agree with you guys with Netflix being more gritty, and I do enjoy that a lot more. But in terms of like a more focused story and plot, I think Disney Plus does that a lot better than Netflix. Like, I think that Disney Plus is more focused in their overall plan through the future of the MCU and just the overall story that's being told during those specific shows. Whereas Netflix, for me, it feels like they drag on with the episodes way too much. Like there are like 2, 3, 4 episodes that didn't really need to be there for each of the shows. I still consider Daredevil as one of the best comic book genres and all of entertainment. But if they drop down those 2 or 3 shows, it would be a perfect show for me. But yeah, for me, I just think that too many episodes it lost it for me. That's why I gave up on Jessica Jones. Like, I can't remember season 1 of Jessica Jones. Season 2 of Jessica Jones, I stopped midway because it was just doing too much for me. So I'm gonna have to go Disney Plus for my preference. And yeah, I'm gonna go Disney Plus for my preference.
Okay.
Fair. Yeah. No. Okay. Very fair. I would say it also is working from the advantage of a ridiculous budget. And I think the shortened episodes is catering more to it being what it would feel like of a full-length movie, just separated into parts. I don't recall Jessica Jones or Daredevil having an episode that felt like a filler. Luke Cage, I thought, had probably like, I'm sorry, Cheo, I'm sorry, I love you, but it definitely had episodes where I was just like, why is this here? Why am I watching?
See, for Luke Cage, I'm very disappointed because Muhammad Ali should have been like the main villain throughout season 1, but they stopped midway. Was it Muhammad Ali?
No, Mahershala.
Oh, Mahershala. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah.
I was like, I never read a comic where Luke Cage fought Muhammad Ali. I don't know what agents talk about.
Yeah, but Mahershala Ali should have been like the main.
Did you hear his reasoning for why he wasn't?
Why?
Mahershala only agreed to do it because he only wanted a limited role on the show. So it was always written for him to be in and right. Kind of like how Ben said when he talked to Zach. Zach promised him, like, hey, a few movies, dog, and I'm gonna kill you, and you're gonna be out.
Oh shit, he should have been terrible because now I wanted him more.
Well, he was really busy. He was filming movies and stuff at the time, so he only had the time to do what he was able to do. So it was the agreement of, I'll do it, but it can't.
They should have waited for him. They should have waited for him. Should have.
Look, I mean, hey, they canceled the show in the second season, so there wouldn't have been anywhere else to put him.
Blade. I'm just ready for Blade. He better not be in half the movie, and then they changed the actor.
Yo, how crazy would it be if the first 30 minutes is Mahershala and then it's like multiverse? It's what now for the rest? It's just like,
hell no.
I would probably leave the theater at that point.
I would be upset. I would be so.
I would be like,
upset.
AJ is loving this. He wanted half Mahershala and he got it. All right, so it seems like most of us are going Marvel Netflix. AJ, deep down in his heart, wants to go Marvel Netflix, but I get you. You have to be different. I understand. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. All right, our next topic, we're going to get into the Bad Batch. Now, I don't want us to spoil anything for Shekinah because she has started her journey of Clone Wars. So we will only speak based off of the trailer. And I won't speak at all because I've seen the first few episodes and I will spoil. So I will say nothing.
Thank you. Please, thank you.
So,
didn't we already talk about Bad Batch trailer though?
No. We're not talking about the trailer. I'm saying your thoughts on what you're excited for, but only based it off of what you saw in the trailer. Because if you say too much, it'll spoil.
How can you do it without spoiling it for me? Like, how can you do it without spoiling it?
Yeah.
How can you?
Yeah, we might have to come back to this one.
When? I just started Clone Wars.
Hold on. Shekinah, you've seen all the live action movies, right?
Yeah, I've seen everything. I've seen it all.
You 100% can. I'll start if you guys want, like how you would gauge it. So okay, so Shekinah. So my excitement for the Bad Batch is high because clearly this takes place right after or right in the middle of the Order 66.
Okay.
The idea of these are clones who have defects. So it's the idea of they don't really react to the Order 66 the way the other clones did, the way AJ's weak ass Cody does.
Wait,
how is
Cody
Cody catching strays? How is Cody catching strays?
Nah, Cody's always trash. Sorry, always trash.
I mean, Rex all day, every day anyway. So
you already know.
I'm still confused on how I'm Cody over here.
You're Cody. You love Obi-Wan, so you love Cody. There you go. They go hand in hand.
I love Ahsoka more than Obi-Wan. What?
Okay, that's fair. Okay, I give you that. Okay, I give you that. But still, Cody is on team AJ.
Joel is more of a Cody than I am.
He does love him some Cody. That is true. All right. Anyway, I'm still putting it on you, DJ. You're wearing
terrible.
Anyway, I'm just really excited for this because you have these clone troopers who are like their own force. And just to see how they have to navigate in a world where, because we forget also, not long after Order 66, does Palpatine kind of just go, do I still need clones? I don't think I do. And then it quickly transitions into stormtroopers. So you have clones for maybe what, AJ? A few years, if that. And then Palpatine is just like, nope, I'll just train random children and make them horrible shots, and that'll be my stormtroopers.
John Wick should have trained them.
Yeah. I tell you what, I always said that, AJ. I always said, hold on, why didn't he get some of the clone troopers to train the stormtroopers? Because I swear to God, they shoot with their eyes closed. Inside that helmet, they're just like this. They are just
It's always inside the helmet.
Vader kept his troops. Why didn't he just say, you go train these people? Because he kept them.
To be fair, I think Vader pretty much was just like, hey, these are my guys.
I mean, true.
I don't need.
Let's be real.
They could have paid Boba Fett to train them.
AJ, they could have paid us to train them. All they had to do is open their eyes. They are just the worst shots ever. But yes, I'm very excited for Bad Batch, and I do want to make this announcement. We will be doing a May the Pod Be With You on Tuesday, celebrating Star Wars and breaking down the first episode of Bad Batch, which will be 70 glorious minutes of Star Wars. Yes, I need everything to be 70 minutes going forward. Everything.
I can't wait.
Did you guys watch the Knights of the Old Republic cinematic?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, watch it before May the 4th. Then.
Yes, please watch it before Tuesday. Go ahead, Ash. What were you gonna say?
No, nothing. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Like you was not gonna like what I was about to say. But Ash, I'll go to you. How excited are you for the Bad Batch?
Oh my God. You know I love my clones. I love them with all of my heart. I cannot wait to just see them like they're being hunted. Like they're just like they in the trailers, they're being hunted, and I can't wait to see them just I just want them. Like I have missed that part of Star Wars so much. Like Clone Wars like made me fall in love with the clones when I saw the Bad Batch. And that in their episode, I was like, oh my God, please give me more. Flush out more of this era, of this like really short time period, like where the war breaks out. Like give us more of the other non-Jedi folks. So I'm just really excited to just see the clones. I want to see more Tarkin. Like I love him. I love to hate him. And yeah, so that's how I'm feeling.
No, I'm with you. And that very much sounded like someone who wanted to go in a lot deeper, but was like, I'm gonna spoil something. Let me hold back just a little bit. No,
I got you, girl. I got you.
I do love it. And I think what I'm gonna love the most is, I don't know why, but anytime Palpatine says execute Order 66, I get chills. Like I get so giddy. I love hearing it. It's just like the dopest thing. But Dom, have you seen the trailer for Bad Batch? Are you familiar with Clone Wars and Bad Batch?
I have a very limited knowledge of the Clone Wars. I have the whatever. I don't know how many episodes they sent. I have in my email as well. I haven't watched them yet, but first off, the name just sounds very appealing. But the trailer, I mean, the first thing I thought of was this would make a great game because you have all these different characters who have their very specific abilities. You have your tech guy, you have your long range guy, you have like your brute. So it looks great. I mean, it seems like they don't miss with the animation, and I don't foresee this one being any different. So yeah, this is one like that. Like it's weird now that, especially being older, that since the stuff makes that much more sense, that it grabs your attention a lot quicker than when I was younger. So it's definitely one that I might try to watch some of the episodes this weekend.
Yeah, please do, Dom, and then immediately message me. Like immediately message me. I need to talk to somebody about this. I'm gonna explode at some point. I'm gonna be at a cash register and just be like, "Oh my God, did you see Hunter Bubba?" And they're like, "What are you doing?"
You can always give me the code for it, and then we can talk about
it. We'll see it. We'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plays out.
That's saying.
No, but yeah, you're right, Dom. They could do a Call of Duty style Bad Batch game for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like Call of Duty, but I would 100% buy a Bad Batch game. That's for sure. They'd have my money.
Who doesn't love an anti-hero story? Anti-hero story is my favorite. You're the outlaw. You're like, a person without a home, and you just like, look, we got to do what we got to do. Whoever get in our way, they get in our way, and we got to make sure that they don't come back. So yeah,
100%. What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, God, I cannot wait for Tuesday. Goodness gracious. AJ, no, before I go to you, AJ, Shekinah, I'm gonna go to you. You saw the trailer for Bad Batch, right?
No.
No,
I didn't. I don't want to. No, this is the thing. You guys are going to call me crazy, but I just don't want to see anything like relating to it. I don't want to ruin a thing. I know it might not give away anything, but I don't want to ruin a thing. Like you have to let me focus on the past before I catch up to Bad Batch.
By the way, I'm gonna say something that's gonna upset you a little bit. I know you started Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the animated series. Technically, you were supposed to start the movie first before you started the series.
Okay, I see.
Why didn't you guys tell me this? Like,
I'm mad that you said that because I just remembered that.
Yeah, I forgot that it legit is the origin of the Clone Wars, and it leaks right into the animated series.
Because does it take away from the series?
No.
But to be fair, it is the introduction of Ahsoka, and to see how her and Anakin.
You're talking about that one.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about the other one.
No. God, no, not the live action Star Wars movie. No, there is a Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated movie that is like your prequel heading into the series, and it explains a lot about Anakin, Ahsoka. It gives you your first look at Ventress, Dooku. It's definitely, and it's not long. It's like an hour and some change. But I would just watch.
Yeah, don't worry about that one. Don't worry about that one. You're fine.
I will not say Shekinah. Yes, please put that down as something to watch. That animated movie. You definitely.
Yeah, she should watch it, but like she can go back. She can go. It's something you can go back and watch.
Important. Ahsoka is not important for the movies, so you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, it's something that you can go back and watch. Like, don't stop.
When you say she's not important to the movies, what do you mean?
She's not important to the prequels, like in Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the after Attack of the Clones, then sure she's important to us because of how Anakin reacts to everything.
I'm thinking the same thing, Ash. AJ.
Yeah, how do we get to the movies?
Yeah, I'm talking about the animated movie, not the live action. Yeah, I'm saying because AJ, in the animated movie, it's our introduction to Ahsoka.
Yeah, but that animated movie is not important to Attack of the Clones. If you watch Attack of the Clones or Phantom Menace or Revenge of the Sith, you don't have to watch it.
No, okay, that's where I get confused. No, Shekinah's starting the cartoon for the first time. She's seen all the live action movies.
Okay.
I'm saying before starting the cartoon, that animated movie is.
Okay, then you have to watch that first.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Shekinah.
Wait, the live action. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I say I know AJ is getting confused somewhere here. No. You don't have to watch that in cohorts of the live action, but it's important to Ahsoka's character. Like, I'll tell you this, Shekinah. When you see Ahsoka first meet Anakin, and then you get to the arc in Rebels, it hits you more to know the history that they've built together. I'll even say there's a moment in Clone Wars that'll hit you. Of the moment that they've built together. So I do value that movie a lot more than probably anybody else, but it's important to Ahsoka. It really is to the story of her. Dave Filoni has always said that. He said if he ever recommends watching the cartoon, he always starts with the movie, but he's biased. He created both. So, but AJ, to round this out, I know how excited you are, man. Give it up, man. How ready are you for Tuesday? Oh, stop it.
Terrible. Stop it. No, but the first thing I thought when I watched this trailer was like, damn, this animation has come a long way since season 1 and Clone Wars, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like the aesthetic of, for me, I wasn't a big fan of the animation, much like almost 85% of the fan community for Star Wars, but it slowly growed on me. And I'm loving the aesthetic of Bad Batch right now. I'm really loving the animation style. It looks so much fluid. It looks way fluid than season 6 down. I really love season 7 of Clone Wars. So it's probably the best Star Wars I've witnessed for me throughout the movies, comics, anything. I just love Ahsoka. I love Darth Maul, and to see them interact, I just love it all. And for Bad Batch to come, what is it, like a few hours after all that?
Well, I can't speak on it, but okay.
Okay, fine. Like, and,
I can't.
it's soon after their interaction and just the Order of 66, and I really can't wait to see how all these characters interact, especially Echo, which just recently joined the Bad Batch as well. But you'll get into that. I can't speak on this.
See?
Just
sorry, guys. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm just excited for the Bad Batch. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm with you. I'll even say what I think captured me of the trailer is when it shows you Star Wars Clone Wars and then it burns into the logo of the Bad Batch. And I'm just like, I'm gonna love you so much, Bad Batch. So much. I'm gonna love you. All right.
Did you before that, did you hear that they're gonna have more animated Star Wars stuff with Anakin in it?
Well, Matt Lanter said he will be back to voice Anakin, and we're assuming that's because there's probably going to be some other shows.
Well, I think he said in a quote that there will be more Star Wars shows.
I'll take it, but they have to each be by Dave Filoni. If they're not by Dave Filoni, I'm not watching, because that's how we end up with Star Wars Resistance. That BS.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, so no. If it's not Dave Filoni, I am not interested. But I'm curious. Could this be Anakin? Maybe. No, that wouldn't make sense. I don't know, because Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to think over too. I was like, when is this sudden? Because we basically got everything.
Yeah. Like legit, if you watch Phantom Menace, right? Watch him where he's young, right? And then you watch all of Attack of the Clones, and then you watch Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the animated series. There is legit nothing of Anakin's life.
Well, they technically they can go through between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones when he's first training with Obi-Wan.
I mean, they could, but who really cares about that? There were no Sith at that point. There was barely a war at that point.
Look, did you read the comic with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon when they were training? Yep. See, I found that very interesting. So they can
it's an interesting concept for sure. To me, Star Wars, when you're telling me people have lightsabers, I expect them to use them. And I expect them to use them against other people with lightsabers.
We haven't gotten that sense. Yeah. I guess. Prequels.
Okay. No, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's something. I don't know. I don't even know what it could be. But it's not for us to We'll speculate on Tuesday where we break down everything Star Wars. Excuse me. Our last topic before we get out of here: comic book storyline adapted into a movie. This was Trayvon's topic. He wanted to know what comic book storyline we would like to see adapted. Again, I will go first. Easily, World War Hulk. Easily. There's not one story I desperately in my veins want more than World War Hulk. AJ, I'm sure, is at nauseum from hearing how much I want World War Hulk. It's just literally the Hulk's, in my opinion, his best story arc. For this guy to go to the moon and look, what's his name, AJ?
Black Bolt? Is that his name?
Black Bolt, yes. Yeah. To look Black Bolt in his eyes and go, oh, you think I was here to hear you whisper? Nah, I'm here to hear you scream. And then to see the Hulk dog walk Black Bolt and then just drop him in front of the Avengers and go, who else wants smoke? I loved it. I loved every ounce of it. If you read the comics, you see him go into battles with the X-Men. That is really great. I love the Juggernaut in that comic, in that storyline, because that was Juggernaut at his peak power, and Hulk still dog walked him. So I loved it, and it honestly took Marvel's Superman to stop the Hulk in Sentry, a character I don't ever need to see the MCU utilize. Sentry essentially is Goku. He's just too OP. I don't need that. I don't need OP. It doesn't translate.
We have Thor. We're gonna get freaking Zeus. We can get Sentry.
But look how powered down Thor is. Like Thor is.
Well, he's getting stronger throughout though. He's as you can see, he's getting stronger throughout.
Fair, but I can't speak on anything I haven't seen yet. So when Thor: Love and Thunder gets here, I'll see how. But you gotta think of it like this. I think he'll be he'll be watered down to really prop up Jane. So I'm like, I don't know. We have not seen peak Thor yet that we have numerous times in the and I get it. I do. I'm not complaining about it, but I don't need to see a watered down Sentry. It's just not a character that you need to. It's like Hyperion. I don't need to see him either. I don't need to see any of these characters. They're just rip-offs of the Justice League. I don't need that. I don't need any of that. So to me, I love World War Hulk. I love World Breaker Hulk, where he turns into this radiation of green. And he is just thrashing dudes out here. So yes, I want that storyline. The storyline that they shied away from when they threw him in Ragnarok, trying to make that World War Hulk. See you, Taika, wasting a damn good storyline. Anyway, Shekinah, what is one comic book storyline you'd like to see come to life, whether it's animation or live action?
I think I want like House of M, because they kind of teased it with WandaVision. I thought that was where they were gonna go with it, but the fact that it wasn't really it was a bit annoying. So I think I'd want to see that. Like, it just didn't make sense for me to have elements of it and not go all the way. So if it was anything, I think it'd be House of M, like, over anything else. That's definitely the one I need to see. Like, why would you tease me and then take it away? Like, it doesn't really make sense.
I mean, I'm with you. The first problem I had was it the first or the second episode where the beekeeper came out of the
sewer.
Mm-hmm.
The sewer?
Sewer.
Yeah.
When she said no, I was just like, no what, Wanda? No more? Or what? She just emphatically just like, no. I'm like, y'all suck for that. Like, you at least could have like, no more intruders. And I would have like, oh! No, but no, there was a lot of that storyline that they were tiptoeing. I mean, for hell's, we didn't get Mephisto, and they legit took the Mephisto storyline. So I won't go back down that rabbit hole. But yes, and now it kind of makes me feel like we won't ever get House of M, because think about this: we're about to just get mutants. So once we get them, it'll probably be another 10, 15 years before they even play around with the idea of saying no more mutants. So I kind of feel like when they did that, it was their way of letting us know it's a storyline we'll tiptoe in, but we won't fully get up in that. So that really does break my heart, because that, to see that on screen is probably more iconic than when Thanos snapped. To see Wanda kind of just step up and go, no more mutants. You kind of just see them all disappear would be just like, she said it. What? I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm with you. House of M is a very complex story that leaks into so much of Marvel history. I'm now thinking House of M. We had Mephisto on that. Anyway, Ash, I'm gonna go to you. What storyline would you like to see adapted?
I have been wanting the storyline since I first read the comics, since forever. I want Blackest Night. Like, that is the storyline that I've been waiting for them to do it in animation, because it's so easy for them to do it in animation, but they haven't done it as yet. So like, give it to me in a movie. I want to see the emotional entities at the beginning. I want to see them creating white light. Like, I want to see various heroes take on the different parts of the spectrum. Like, I would feel complete if they were to do a Blackest Night movie. Like, you don't even have to, no, they need to stick to the comics a little bit. They don't need to make Barry and Barry like the full centric. They can give us multiple different characters there, but I need to see them do Blackest Night, and I need to see them not hold back, especially with the Black Lanterns and the rings. Like, that is my favorite part of all of it. So like, give me that, make it brutal, make it gritty, make it dark, make it DC. And I won't say I'll never complain again, but it'll be a while before I start complaining. So that's the one I want.
I will say the head of DC's animation over there is James Tucker. I've spoken to James Tucker on numerous occasions, and I actually asked him about Injustice. Would we ever see Injustice in animation? And his answer to me was, dude, we just built the universe. And you want me to divide it already?
They just did Flashpoint Paradox. Come on. They have all of the opportunities to give us Injustice.
But I will say, he did say that DC's live action and their other, like Lego and stuff, does handicap him. Because I asked him, why haven't we been getting more Green Lantern solo movies for animation, more Flash solo movies that aren't Flashpoint? And his answer essentially was, it's all about dibs. And if Lego has Green Lantern, I can't use them. If they want to use them in live action, they don't let me use them.
That's really stupid.
He was just as upset as you were. So trust me. He
like, how many more? Like, I love Justice League. I will. You can catch me on a rant defending Justice League, but how many more Justice League movies can I take? I want more of DC. Like, I mean, I obviously can. Like, listen, I need that JSA like right now. Like, that just came out. I'm absolutely gonna go watch that.
By the way,
but
I think you guys will really like how that ends because it has huge implications going forward.
Beautiful. That's all I need to know.
Yep.
That's all I need to know. But like, give us more of DC. There's so many storylines that have not been explored that maybe you can't do it live action, or you can't do it on like in TV, you know, on a TV show or whatever. Like, give it to us in animation. I will always say this: DC's strongest point outside of their comics has always been their animation by far, and they can do it. Like, I mean, we're gonna ignore the last couple of Justice Leagues, but we gonna. Yeah.
I won't go there. Shout out to my boy Ernie Altbacker who wrote all those. But no, James Tucker says he wants to do all these things that we want to see in animation, but when they handcuff you, they handcuff you. So the man can only work with what he's given. So huge shouts out to James Tucker. Very good friend of ours. Dom, I'm gonna go to you. What do you want to see come to life, man?
I feel like I've mentioned this on a past podcast before in some capacity, but there was one comic, and I believe there was really only, it was like a one-off. I was probably 8th grade, 9th grade, but it's The Dark Design, and it's Wolverine, Punisher, and Ghost Rider versus Blackheart. And that was kind of my first introduction into like, well, not my first introduction, but when I fully got engulfed in like these dark storylines. And I kind of felt like it was very possible at one point. I mean, Ghost Rider was all over the place, and you have this Punisher show, and then end up with Old Man Logan, and I was like, well, shit, they can still do it somehow. But just the fact that you have like what Netflix was doing with these dark stories, and you have these tortured souls, and we've seen Blackheart in some capacity before, even though I didn't really like it. But yeah, man, I mean, who doesn't want to see those three team up? And it'd be that same level of gore and brutality that we would see in The Boys or Invincible, but with an even darker storyline, because I mean, you have two essentially demons in, Blackheart and Ghost Rider, and you have the basically immortal one in Wolverine, and then Punisher. I mean, he has a vengeance for anybody who wants to smoke. So that storyline, I still read it from time to time. It was written in like '94. It's so good. So yeah, that's one that I've always wanted to see that I'll probably never get. But that's one that if they just did like a 30-minute one-off, like just give me something. I mean, you just need a little morsel and I'll be happy.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think, honestly, I know Feige will never do it. I would love to ask him why. But Marvel has never done Elseworld. I don't need them to. But animation is where they lack, like desperately lack. Why not give us House of M animation where you build out the X-Men world and you end it with House of M, and then you can branch off from that. Like, do these Elseworlds, like if they gave me God, I just completely forgot what it was. The Hulk storyline.
Wolverine versus Hulk.
No, we already technically got that Hulk versus Thor, and then Hulk versus Wolverine. I'm good on that. I just need that now in live action. But the Hulk storyline I was just talking about, give that to us in animation. Like, if you gave me half these stories that I'm asking for in animation, I don't care if I never see them in live action. I just want to see them come to life. They're too rich of stories for you to kind of just weave in and out of where you're barely hitting them.
Disney is testing it. Marvel is testing that out right now, though, with What If. They're testing how people will react to having Marvel animation within the MCU.
I don't know. I kind of felt like their animated movies were never bad. It was just the idea there was no consistency. There was no world building. There was nothing. It was kind of just like, here's a movie, here's a movie, here's a movie. That's it.
For Marvel?
Yeah, for Marvel. There was never any continuity with their animated movies.
Yeah.
They had the Doctor Strange movie, didn't lead into the Iron Man movie, which didn't lead into the Hulk movie.
That's not. I'm talking about MCU specifically, not the Marvel brand. I'm talking about MCU.
But that's what I'm talking about. I don't want it to be based off of the MCU. We're getting that. I want an Elseworld that is just the Marvel brand, to where you can fully flesh out these stories and people not have to worry about like, oh, is this weaving into the MCU shows and movies? No, just do it separately and just go all out. You know what I'm saying? Go all out on a World War Hulk. Go all out on an Old Man Logan. Go all out on what Dom wanted. So that's what I'm asking for. I don't need it to connect. It can be its own entity. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see these rich stories that we probably will never get in live action in animation. That's it. That's it. I don't need a whole, this movie flows into that movie. No, I don't need that. I don't need that. But to see Logan put his head on the tracks and have that train run it over a million times, I would love to see that in animation. I for sure would love to see that whole arc.
Now on that, you're just hoping that it's going to be Amazon type level. This is Disney.
See, I was literally thinking that. I was like, I wouldn't mind that. Like,
that's why I said make it Elseworld. Time out. They can make it Elseworld and put it on Hulu. You can make it Elseworld and put it on Hulu. That's what Hulu's there for. It's there for you to get. That's why you don't hear of MODOK being on Disney Plus. It's on what? Hulu. Why? Because they can go all out. It looks essentially. MODOK looks just like Robot Chicken, just with MODOK. It legit looks exactly like Robot Chicken. So I'm like, they can do it, AJ. They for sure can do it. It just doesn't seem like they want to. And What If will only really excite me if they give us what if story scenarios. Like, what if Surtur did take over Asgard? Or what if Hulk did take it personally that the Avengers didn't want him? I want stuff like that. But T'Challa is Star-Lord. That doesn't excite me in the slightest. Is what? Whoever thought of that? Who is sitting at home and was like, what if T'Challa actually was adopted by Yondu and is now up in space? Who cares? What? Why is that something somebody would want? So to me, that what if is probably the last thing I'm concerned about in Marvel. But all right, AJ, to end this out on the night, what do you want to see come? Wait, Shekinah, did I go to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Yep. You did.
For a second, I'm just like, there's someone I didn't go to besides AJ, but okay, I hit everybody. AJ, to end this out on the night, what storyline you going with?
Death metal.
Oh my God.
Death metal. But this is I'm always this is me. I don't want Zack Snyder to come back for DC, but if it's death metal that he's adapting, go for it. I think he'll be the perfect director for death metal. But if we never get Zack Snyder ever again, I want a huge world building exercise of death metal with what's his name? Dennis Villeneuve, I think his name is. Because I think he does characters perfectly. He does the world building perfectly, writing perfect, everything. I love his directing style. So either death metal or Last Night on Earth. Batman Last Night on Earth. I would choose. I just really love those type of DC storylines where it's like the end of the world and it relies on one person. I just love it. So death metal is my number one choice because I would love to see a Wonder Woman style death metal. I would love to. There's a lot you can do with death metal.
AJ, I'm changing my answer now because now I need to see that. Now I need to see the Batman Who Laughs. That's now what I want too. Okay, great. Yeah, I'm changing my answer. Don't mean to jump in on you, but continue.
We are just out here stealing from each other, huh? We are just left and
Left and right.
Give me that. No, I love all this, and all these are possible. It's just the idea of the main continuity always affects what we get in animation, and clearly death metal is nothing DC is looking to do in their live action. So why not toy around with it in their in their animation?
It would be the perfect way to follow up Paradox. Like it would be the perfect way to follow it up because it is Flashpoint Paradox, the last one.
The Man of Tomorrow animated movie that came out earlier this year. Did you guys like the animation style of that?
No.
Hold on, let me go.
No.
One quick.
Yikes. Okay. I'll leave it at that. Okay.
Look, for me,
yeah, no.
I just can't. No. I just can't stand Marvel animation. I can't stand DC animation right now because for me, I need them to be movie budget type of stuff. For me right now, it's not on that level. I need my deep storylines like that.
Under the Red Hood was movie.
Huh?
Caliber? You thought Under the Red Hood was movie caliber?
No, don't be slamming.
None of them were.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to gauge where you thought the animation was.
No, that's what I want now. I want them to have like a movie, like a theater type experience with their animation, but they're not doing that with See, look at Into the Spider-Verse. That's a theater experience. That's what I want.
That was made for the theater, though.
So
that's exactly what I'm talking about. I want my animation movie. Yes, I want my movies.
It's such a rarity for DC and Marvel. They don't really do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm saying that's what I need.
I don't know.
That's what I want.
I think because their biggest issue is weaving into each other. That it's why they've stayed away from it. It's because you're asking your audience. Well, first of all, DC's asking their audience to get on board of 80 different stories at once, but you're not asking them to weave into a story here and then weave into a story there. And then I'm not saying the fan base can't do it. I do give the fans a lot more credit than the studios do. But it seems like the studios they don't want to give too much at once. And they're kind of just like, here's
for Marvel, where they're giving us like 70 different movies.
Okay, you don't need to brag.
That's my point, though.
You don't need to brag.
Marvel has left the whole animation side, and they're only focusing on TV shows in their movies. So even Feige is kind of just like, I'm not really doing cartoons.
But that's like you said, they're doing way too much. Live action specifically. If they had like another person that just focuses on animation, along with Kevin Feige helping, of course, but if they had like that one main person overseeing everything for animation, I would love that. Hell, they give us, they can bring in a team from Pixar or Walt Disney to help with Marvel animation because they take breaks. Well, not really, but they do a lot.
I get what you're saying, but Marvel had that. And Kevin Feige treated them like Boo when he turns people into candy and then eats them. That's what Feige did. He ate them, and he's now head of animation. So it's like, there's that. Feige wanted
he can bring somebody. He can bring somebody in to help him out a little.
For sure, I think he could do that on comics. I think he will. I think he'll do that on animation, like he's been doing it on the shows and movies. I don't think
Star Wars is doing it. Look, we're getting different type of animation studios working on Star Wars right now.
100%. But to be fair, there's only one face of animation, and it is clearly Dave Filoni. Mm-hmm. And that's how it should.
That's even better. He's the main guy that can.
I agree. Dave Filoni should be running live action Star Wars and animation Star Wars.
He's going to need a lot of help for live action Star Wars.
If they let him flesh it out the way that he wants, I don't think they will.
See, I feel like he's more like a George Lucas. He has the ideas. He has the ideas, but his I think he just needs a lot more help with his directing style. Like he did get a lot of help within the Mandalorian series with his
Oh,
episodes.
no. I'm not talking
He
about
doesn't need to direct. He can.
Yeah, I don't need him
like,
to direct. I need him to paint a picture.
Oh yeah, and that would be
and
perfect.
have directors come in and yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean
So
direct.
you're saying like basically like a Kevin Feige type of person.
Yeah. He doesn't even direct the animation. He's only the executive producer.
Gotcha.
He kind of just paints the pictures that everyone then comes on and
Then yeah, I'm
executes.
100% on board with that. I'm 100% on board.
They just need to go ahead and hire, or so they already are working together, but get Boss Logic and his team together, and because he's already like working with Feige. He mentioned it, and he always has a little bit of a earlier knowledge than we do, which is why he puts up things he does. And just let him and his team, because he's got like a team of like 4 or 5 people, I think, that they help.
Yeah, it's a small team.
Yeah, that they can contribute with each other's work, and we all like it. I mean, I don't think anybody that has hated what they do. Give them a shot. Let them do something small, and then let's see where it kind of goes. And I feel like that might be why they decided to like start working with him, because he has a draw. People love his style.
Well, he had a poster out for Avengers that was official too.
Yeah,
I think it was for Infinity War, right?
And Combat, I believe.
Yeah, and Spider-Man. I think for this artwork, he is the godfather of these edits, of these of these different looks.
Matt Ferguson too. Matt Ferguson does a great job with his posters.
Oh, for sure. But Matt Ferguson, I kind of feel like Boss Logic is the Drake of artwork, right? He is legit like the only face that but then when someone plays like other music, you're like, I didn't even know this shit existed anywhere. And it's like, yeah, it does. You got to pay attention to other people. There's plenty of other artists out there that I really do like. Lord Mesa, I think is really good. Lord Mesa did some work with CW for Arrow and Flash and stuff.
I'm a big supporter. This is what I need from like DC movies, from Marvel movies. I need them to bring in like comic book artists to start making posters as well. I feel like that will bring in more comic book fans and interest other people that's not really.
To be fair, AJ, I don't think Marvel has missed on a poster, but I think the most iconic poster out of both Marvel and DC is probably Zach's poster for BVS.
I was gonna say still, but BVS, yeah.
I would also
Superman say with the batarang over his eyes, and then Batman with the Superman logo. That was just so it was poetic. And I
see the Justice League poster as well.
Exactly. I was just gonna say the Justice League, that one that's like Alex Ross, like that. Oof, that poster
where it kind of looks like Queen, a little bit. Yeah, that was beautiful. Yep, I'm with you on that. But all right, guys, this has been another episode of GVN Talk. I want to thank Dom for joining. I've been trying to get Dom on since we started. I'm glad that we did. Love potting with Dom, haven't in a minute, so I'm glad we were able to get him. Thank you very much, Dom. Shout out to Trayvon, who lost power, wanted to be on here, but lost power, could not be on here. So I want to give him a shout out for sure. Also want to thank Shekinah, Ash, AJ. Thank you guys so much as always. And please, audience, make sure you guys stay tuned for Tuesday. We will be doing May the Pod Be With You. Because I am the pod father and I cannot wait to break down all things Star Wars. Yes, I am putting that in my bio on Twitter. I am the pod father.
I will
100%. Would you say, Dom?
I said you better watch out for Arian Foster. That's what he calls himself too.
That's all right. I will fist fight Aaron Foster only in my dreams. But thank you guys for tuning into an all new episode of GVN Talk. Cannot wait for the next one. And thank you all so much. Please make sure you're liking, subscribing, commenting. What is some of the storylines you would like to see adapted? Do you prefer Marvel Netflix or Disney Plus Netflix? Share all your thoughts below. I know you disagree with everything I said, so please let me have it. And again, want to apologize to Shekinah for not doing the proper fan cast. I will rectify that, I promise.
I'll get over it.
I'm so sorry. I got really excited too. I'm like, yeah.
Wait, did you get another poster? Is that Teen Titans poster new, or has that always been there?
It's always been there. This isn't even the full wall. There's more. Hold on. Let's see. There's more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that John Wick.
Woo!
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that Wick one.
Isn't it nice?
Maybe not missed with the John Wick posters, but all right. We might actually do that for a topic one week. Best movie posters. Yeah, we might get into that. Okay. All right. So thank you guys, and we will see you same time, same place next week. Till then, peace.